Hi everyone, Ray Walkinshaw here at Grand Prix Chiba 2015. I'm here with Sashi Kumar, also known as C Loco from Malaysia, level 2 judge. Sashi, tell us about how you got into Magic and got into judging.
Wow. Well, let's see. In about 2001, a bunch of us are hanging out. We just did a sound check for a show, and we were just chilling in a hotel room. And two of my friends who were in the group, they were like, "Hey, we got this game." And they started playing it. And it was like, "Hey, Loco, you like mind games, right? Like this game is really cool. Makes you think, and it's like chess, but it's like crazy chess. So many things that involved." I was like, "You should try it." I was like, "Okay." I sat down, and they were like, "Okay, you play this deck," and they gave me a Rebels deck from Acadian Mask, and I was like, "Oh, okay. Oh, wow, it's such as cards. Wow, this is really cool." I started playing that, and next thing you know, I was like, I want my own deck. And then they were like, "Hey, we play at the store. Come over." Went there, opened my first booster. I can't remember what I got. It was an invasion booster, and I think it was Raging Kavu was my first rare that I opened, and it went on from there. I just started playing, and we had lots of fun, and then after a while, me and my friends were like going to this one particular shop where the owner was like this lady who just got into it because she heard Magic made money. But then she was like, "Okay, this is boring. I don't play it. I want to sell my shop off." And we were around and we were like, "Hey, we could actually buy this. We have some money, like let's buy the shop." So me and my partner bought the store, and the rest was history. I've been playing Magic for a while now. Then I became a judge. And judging came about because in the store we needed, having a certified judge in the store would give it more integrity. So we were like, my partner went to a GP, judge, took the test, failed, and I was like, "Hey, my turn." I took the next GP, took the judge test, passed, and I became a level 1. And I've been judging ever since. That was 2004. I became level 1. I've been a judge for about now 11 years, and I'm a level 2. Became level 2 in 2010. Been playing as well. I love the game. I love playing Magic. I love watching Magic, and I grew to love judging as well because it keeps me involved in the tournament from the start to the finish. Usually when you play, you go to a GP and you have 3 losses, and then you're like, "Oh man, I'm done. Like, what do I do now?" Like, I just sit around and watch my friends play, but you're bored. But when you judge, you come in the morning and you're up there, and the intensity level is always there. Like every round, you make sure everything goes right. You make sure the players are having fun. You make sure you help people around. You're like, everything's going all the way to the end of the day, and only at the end you have this satisfied feeling like I was involved in the tournament. I got to watch lots of Magic. I get booster boxes and stuff for it, because for compensation, which is great, and it keeps me in the game.
Now, I can't help but notice that you mentioned a sound check in there, and I have heard you announcing from a stage quite loudly without a microphone. So I think there's more to you than that you're letting on here. Tell us about your life outside of Magic.
Wow. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back a bit. I studied computers, and while I was studying computers, me and my brother started a rap group because we liked music, and I realized when I was about 15 that I could rap. And I was like, and it came easy to me. It was natural. I was like, "Hey, this is easy. I could talk really fast. I'm good at English, and the language just came easily to me." And we started a rap group, went to some competitions on TV in Singapore, finished quite high, I think about 4th place. And then this other guy noticed us, got us all together in a group. There was 4 of us. The group was called Poetic Ammo. We came out with the first album in 1998. Weren't doing so well. Went with another group that was big to London. We performed in London we were the opening act, but the crowd loved us. And we came back, and it was the AIM Awards, which is basically Underground Industry Music, which means it's like the Malaysian Grammy Awards. And we were nominated for Best English Album. And we were nominated together with another Malay rap group, which was really big in Malaysia. And we beat them. We won Best English Album. And they were like, "Oh my God, who are these guys?" And next thing you know, we were household names. And for about 5 years, we were like one of the top urban groups in Malaysia, and I was really well known. So it was doing one of those shows that we were doing a huge music festival that had like All For One and Sugar Ray performing. We were opening for Sugar Ray, so that was really impressive. And doing soundcheck for that day is when I accidentally discovered Magic, because one of the other guys in my group played Magic from way back then, and he stopped for a while, and then he realized another guy played Magic. He's like, I got a deck, he got a deck. So they brought the decks and they started playing, and that's how I got into it. So musically, I was doing that for about 10 years. I still perform, but I left about 2001, and then I was like, I had the shop. I started the I left the group, but I still had the Magic store, And I realized I was a bad businessman. The shop wasn't doing so great. And a friend of mine was like, hey, I'll buy the shop off you. He bought the shop. But I still hung out. I still played Magic. And I was like, what am I going to do, to make money besides, And so I started doing emceeing. Because I realized that I could hold a mic, go on stage, talk to people, say, hello, hi guys, welcome to this event, and stuff like that. And my brother was like, yeah, you could do emceeing. I'll hook you up with gigs where you can just do broadcast DJ, we play music and do announcements. And then slowly from there on, people, my clients like me. It's like, oh, you're funny, you make good jokes, you talk about your bald head, So come on, work for me, I'll pay you money. And I started doing events for all these big companies, and that became a career. I became an MC for events. I was doing dinner functions, launches, press conferences, road shows, family days, and lots of stuff. So one of the first GPs I went to, I was like, it was a national, Malaysian Nationals. And I could use the mic. I knew how to, because that was my job, right? And I was like, hey, Judge, let me do the announcements for the winners. So I went and took the mic, like, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 days of card flopping, we have the national champion. And everybody's like, whoa, that's so cool, And then I went to the GP, and then people were like telling the head judge, hey, Loco's announcer, make him do the announcement. And that's where you heard me. I think it was GP Singapore or something. The head judge was like, hey, Loco, do the announcement for the winners. And I was like, okay, and it was fun. So that's what I do for a living. I'm an MC, I host shows, road shows, function dinners, launches, everything. Anything that requires a person on the microphone, talking, getting people in order, and giving out prizes, playing games, having fun. That was what I was doing.
Yeah, wow, cool. And as you say, I've heard you announcing at a Grand Prix. In fact, I've seen you at dozens of Grand Prix around the Asia-Pacific region. You're quite well regarded in the judge community, it seems.
I basically got into judging, and then I started learning more things about judging. And to me, the judge community is more like a self-improvement program, because I've learned a lot about myself, in particular, like how to improve my composure, stress and conflict, all that kind of stuff. Like when you have problematic players, or how to handle issues and be calm about it. And it made me a better person because I was a judge. And in the community, I've been traveling a lot, and I made friends with tons of judges everywhere around the world. I've been to Australia a couple of times as well, and it's pretty nice, especially when you need help from people. You go like, hey, I'm gonna go to this country, like maybe I can have a place to stay. You just call up a judge, it's like, hey, I can stay over here. I was in Spain, I stayed with the RC there and stuff like that. And in about 2012, I had an issue with my health where I was diagnosed with cancer, and and it was pretty bad, but it was curable. So I went through chemo and everything, but I had to quit everything I was doing. I had to stop work for a year. I was set to judge in 2 Grand Prix, Grand Prix Kuala Lumpur, Grand Prix Melbourne, and I pulled out from it. And I said, hey guys, I told my doctors, like, can I travel? And they were like, no, you can't travel, And I was like, okay, and you can't be in a room full of people, So I was like, okay, and I called, I emailed the head judge, James McKay from Australia. I told him, hey James, I really love to do this, but I can't because of this. And he straight away was like, dude, don't worry, tell us what you need, and we're there for you. And it was amazing. I dropped by the GP. I actually played, but with a mask on, and I was full of medicine. I was fine, and met a lot of people. And they were like, why are you not judging? And it felt good because they were genuinely worried about me, and not just like, oh, we just need someone else to work for us and just pushing chairs and clear the trash. No, they were actually worried about me as a person, and that was pretty good. Even my RC Warren was like, Loco, don't worry, get yourself better, and if you need any help from us, just tell us. We'll get to it, and we'll be here. And when you come back, we can continue. Just continue where you stop, and that was amazing. And one of the coordinators from the US who was doing checklists for L3 judges, because I was trying to finish up my checklist. So they emailed me and said, hey, we've emailed you before and said that you should be emailing us about your checklist. So how's that going, right? So I emailed him back and said, hey, I was setting up with that, but right now I'm having this health issue and I'm having this, and but this is how I'm doing on my checklist. And I sent him back, and within 2 minutes, he replies me and says, oh my goodness, I heard about your issues. I didn't know it was this serious. Don't worry about it. We are here for you. And when you come back, if you need anything from us, and this is from someone I've read about, or from the US I've never seen, never talked to before, and they were just genuinely worried for me. I even had a New Zealand judge that I met once, Michael Hall, messaged me on Facebook out of the blue. I barely talked to him after the GP, and he was like, dude, I heard, about this, if you need me, just, even though they didn't do anything, but the fact that these people that I met in the judge program, that I made friends with, were just genuinely felt for me and said, hey, we're here for you if you need us. And it was really, I really felt it. It was a really heartfelt feeling that these people are genuinely worried about me and were, willing to be there for me, to help me out, if they needed any help. And that's when I felt like this whole judge program became more than just, just a place where you just go and judge tournaments. It became like a family of friends, that people were there for you and wanted you to get better. And after that, I went to my treatment, I got better, and my mindset changed. I'm in remission now, so it's great. And I got better. I felt like good as new, brand new. And I was like, I had a new mindset. I'm like, I'm going to grab any opportunity I can get and just go for it. And I was already in L2. I was traveling a bit, but not so much. I usually just do like Singapore, GP Singapore, Bangkok. I did one Brisbane and before. And then after that, I was like, I'm going to travel as much as I can. I'm going to see the world. If anything's going to happen to me, I'm not going to say that I did not live this life as well as I can. So I started applying for every single GP I could. And I started traveling everywhere. And everywhere I went, I made friends in the Magic community. Players, judges, coverage guy like Ray. Like I see everywhere. It was amazing. And it's always great to know that it was friends that make me feel good when I travel. And I did, I did GP Shanghai. I did GP Auckland. GP Auckland was the first GP I did once I got better. And I went to Paris last year, my first European GP, Paris. Then I went to GP Manchester, GP Milan, Shanghai, Taipei, Beijing. I went to the Great Wall. I started doing my handstand shots that I do everywhere around the world at every single GP. It was amazing. I'm still looking forward to go to the US to do a GP there. I've done tournaments in the US, but not GPs. And I've just been traveling everywhere. Last year was about 2014 was 8 GPs, 10 GPs. 2013 was 8 GPs. So I did 18 GPs in 2 years, more than any other GPs I've done before that. And this year, this is my third GP this year. So, and in different continents. I was in GP Liverpool, and then I went to GP Florence, and then I'm here in Chiba in Japan. So everywhere, I'm everywhere. I love this game. This game has got me traveling. This game has got me expanding my network of friends or people I respect, people I learn from. I hang out a lot with Riccardo, the level 5 from Italy, and he's such an amazing guy, and he has these philosophies about life, more than just that he incorporates into judging, but the way I like, the way he handles himself, the way he talks to players, is also how he is in real life. When I was hanging out with him, he goes to the shop to order something, he talks to the players, to shop on the same way, and I'm like, oh, this guy is amazing. I want to learn how to be as composed as he is, as an amazing person. And Magic amazingly has allowed me to do that, to become a way better person than I am. It's like, it's a family of friends everywhere.
That's fantastic. Thanks, Sashi. This is Ray Walkinshaw at Grand Prix Chiba 2015 with Sashi C. Loco. Thanks.